Hello, I'm Anna Koepp, and I'm here to talk to all of you about the effects of stress on the normal human body. Now, when I say stress, I am talking about ordinary stress of living. I'm not talking about traumatic things like tsunamis or hurricanes, but I'm talking about the ordinary stress of being in traffic, rearing a family, having a job, going to school, keeping up with the Joneses, and those kinds of things. Stress is really not the problem, however, because stress, we're hardwired to deal with stress, but what we're not very good at is dealing with distress. Distress means that the level of stress we're accumulating in our body, which is a natural response to an unwanted experience, when that stress reaches the point where it's distress, that's when we experience a breakdown in our ordinary coping mechanisms, and we're no longer as efficient and effective as we want to be in our lives. So distress comes about as a warning signal from the part of our brain that I like to represent with my arm here. This part of my arm I'd like for you all to think about as the part of the brain called the old reptilian brain, or the brain stem. In this part of the brain, we have the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism. It comes from the part of the brain called the amygdala. This is the part that warns you that there's a saber-toothed tiger out there and you better be cautious. This part of the brain, represented by my closed fingers, is located here, right here. It's called the prefrontal cortex, and that's the newest part of the brain. That's your logical, cognitive brain. Underneath that is called the limbic system, represented by my thumb, and that part of the brain located back here is where our emotions lie. As long as that prefrontal cortex is online, everything is cool and we're functioning just fine. But when something happens that throws us way off of our game, the prefrontal cortex takes a hike, goes offline, and then look what we're governed by. We are then ruled by the mercy of our emotional system and the amygdala, which makes us want to flee or fight or freeze in the moment. And until this prefrontal cortex comes back online, whoop, we don't effectively take care of our business. The good news is there are lots of ways to bring that distress level down to where it's once again experienced as normal stress. If you will, do this exercise with me and test it out for yourself. Before we go to changing your level of distress, we have to acknowledge where it is. So think about it. Are you at a level 1 where you're very comfortable, just minimally stressed by sitting there watching this video, waiting to go do something else? That's ordinary stress. Or are you all the way at a 10 where you are so uncomfortable in your body you can't pay any attention to what I'm actually saying? So give yourself a number, 1 to 10. Where are you? And then after you've gotten that number in your head clearly, I want you to focus on your breathing. Very quickly, just feel the air coming into your body and begin to synchronize the inhalation with the exhalation. In other words, breathe slowly, deeply, rhythmically, and quietly to the count of 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. As you can tell, my level of stress decreased. How about yours? I'm Anna Koepp. I'm glad you were here with me today.